Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello.
Oh.
Happy Thursday.
Double echo. Here we go. I was wondering. I was like, this music's not stopping. Two sources, you see?
You see now here, see?
Echo. Here we go. I was
Okay,
wondering.
still going.
I was like, this music's not stopping. Stop. Hello. Hi, surrounded by perverts. Hope you're doing well. I'm just figuring out my life. All right, press play, not mute. Got it. Okay.
Chatamate.
Alrighty. Hi, hope you're having a good rest of your week. We're almost there. It's almost Friday. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm ready for the weekend. Forged, hello! I'm doing all right tonight. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I was just saying that I'm ready for the weekend. Yeah, so it should be should be nice and laid back. We'll see. Hope so. Yeah. This week has felt full. I'll say that. Doing good as well. Awesome. Yeah. Enjoy Survivor. Oh no, that's not this weekend. That's next weekend. But even like so this is the weekend to relax and then next weekend's going to be busy. But thank you. Yeah. So I'll come up with I was not good about this week and last week's schedule, so I will have that for next week all mapped out way ahead of time just to kind of let people know what's up. But yeah, my schedule has been a little off and but yeah, I did some graphics work today, so I'm happy for that. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is not as hard as I mean, it's not that it's difficult, it's just sometimes the sitting down to like do it is the thing. So all good. So everything should be like in working order. I mean, next week's schedule will be impacted for sure, but yeah. It's for tomorrow's Study Buddies lunch, surrounded by perverts. So the suggested vocab, I made the suggested vocab. It's not like even like really deep graphics work. I just hadn't hadn't been doing my stuff. Like even my weekly schedule, it's like I usually work off a template. I like to like change up the picture and stuff like that. And so I just wasn't making time to do it. So it's me. It's me. I feel like I think I was thinking about it and I wouldn't say I was in a funk per se. Because I don't, like, I mean, yeah, things are happening, but there's nothing that's been like, this is dragging me down. But I feel like I've been in a little bit of an energy funk, you know? Like, just, sometimes when it's just like, think of it as like a rainy day, yeah, like a rainy day mood. Even though I like rain, and I quite like rainy days, but it's that kind of feeling where it's just like, I could do something, or I could not. So all good, all good. I think I'm starting to like, yeah, things are starting to clear up. I guess energy wise. So, not to sound like too woo woo crystals about it. Anyways, all right. What happened last time? We found our body. We found our body in the hospital. Yeah, my chakras are flowing exactly. I had to use my rose quartz to clear my chi and my chakra. Look, yeah, I like pretty stones. So soon I'll. Oh yeah, but I can't. As long as I don't die, then the avatar state can continue forever. Yeah, I don't think I would. What avatar would I be? I mean, I guess I would be all. I mean, I would have everything, if I was Avatar, but like what thing would I want to specialize in a little bit more? I was pretty impressed with some of like season, or like the Korra arc. Like we started getting to see some other usages of like the main four, and I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah. But probably water. She says in a parched voice. I'm gonna get a sip of water. Okay, let's get sorted. No, the element of change. Yes, yes. Well, like I said, I like some of the variant ones where it's just like metal bending. It's like a variant of like earth bending, and um, you know, like a lava bender. That's cool. Um, yeah. Things like that. But like I said, I mean, probably water would be the most, the most beneficial, I guess, because it's got that healing aspect. I like that. But if not that, then yeah, bloodbending is cool. I understand it's taboo. I understand the reasoning for it, but I think I'd secretly learn it. Gonna be a lava bender? Yeah, yeah. Better than a snot bender, Just a loogie bender. Blech. Just kidding, gross. Although yeah, it's like I feel like that would make cleanup a lot easier. But I don't know, like I pick up a lot of like mochi droppings, so it's just like just bag itself. Dog poop bender, something like that. I would not want that. I'd do water because then it's like, anything has in a liquid form I could bend. So it's like it'd make cooking easier. It'd be cool. Probably has some decent medical applications, but it's mostly just controlling people. That's true. The blood bending. I think where it could like the best use case though is like if you're poisoned, like you could like fix the flow of blood or something to like expel the poison blood somehow. It'd be interesting. I think it could work. Yeah. Water bending can clean the dog poo and dry the clean spot. Yeah, yeah. And I could also just give my dog a bath very easily without her like fussing too much. Or she would fuss. She just wouldn't. It just goes so fast. It's a lot of practical applications. All right, here we go. We're going back to. What happened? I didn't mean to do anything. Okay, here we go. All right, what happened last time? Like I said, we found our body in the hospital. Sena is like starting to like understand that like he is not of he's not here. Although I'll be curious if like him and Monster Energy are both. I mean, Monster Energy is definitely alive, so I wonder if Sena might be. But I think it would be like far too like I don't know. He definitely has a terminal illness of some kind. If you had to pick one based on fighting utility, you would just earthbend a narrow hole in the ground under your enemies so they get stuck like Silk on that one episode. That's funny. Yeah, yeah. That's a good one. Actually, let me stop these birds chirping for a hot second. I've been watching this isekai, and it's called, what is it called? I think it's called like the Water Wizard or something like that. And it's okay. I'm not like, everybody stop what you're doing, go watch it. But it's entertaining enough. But I think it's got a lot of very interesting like use cases for like basically water bending. So he's like creating like huge like ice lances to like, like pierce through enemies. He's creating these like giant ice walls to like drop from the sky and like, land on enemies and stuff. Not in I know the way I'm talking about it sounds like very like, Looney Tunes, but it packs a punch, So it sounds it's actually pretty good. Interesting ideas. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Water magician. Yeah. Sorry. That's about. I think that's right. What did I say? Water wizard. I think I was going for the alliteration. Yes, the water magician is a way classier title because water. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but the word wizard just sounds. It's just a whimsical word to me. So I don't know why. Wizard. Yeah. Wizard shot the food. Yeah. Okay. So let's get back to the story. We are trying to figure out how to get back to our body. I think we need to figure out our life. I think that's what ultimately needs to happen. So, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Too many to remember perfect anymore. That's true. And it's an isekai. So honestly, if I had just told you, it's like, a guy learns to use water in a better way than the rest of the world around him because he's not from it. Like that's the isekai title. So, Mizu zokse no mahots no mahotsukai. Maho is magic. Yeah. All right. Here we go. I stared at the stars for a long time. Eventually, the morning sun began to break. Let's see. Green Monster Energy guy. We have told him is like, yo, your crazy girlfriend's here, and he's like, that's not my girlfriend. So that has been revealed. Yeah. So, sitting on the grass of the park, I turned over to look at Sena, who had fallen asleep. We're gonna see if he remembers us in the morning. Or if we have to do the walk of shame. Maho Sky literally translates to magic user, so it's often used as magician or spellcaster. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, does he remember us, or is he just kind of like, ooh, I'll text you. Using his arm as a pillow, he had fallen asleep, fast asleep, while staring at the stars. Did you already forget our night of passion? Exactly. It's like, you need to take responsibility. It was just as the urban legend had said, the former star staring up at the stars. Just then, his head began to move. Sena? Do you remember me? Sure. His memory seemed to reset every time he'd fall asleep. If that happened again, he'd forget everything from yesterday, including his words of love. The more I thought about it, the more my chest ached. Yeah, we wish it was his bed. Yeah, a little Freudian slip there. No, it's not about me. What I truly wished was for Sena to realize he was dead. Oh, I wouldn't truly wish
死んだこ
that.
とを悔やんでいる。それが心残りなら、生き返らせない限り成仏しない。
Sena's memory was constantly resetting so he could pretend to be alive. If only he could accept his death, he'd find a way to get closer to crossing over. I wish Sena could relinquish his dreams that he had in life. Well, that's a rough thing to say. It was easy for me to think that way, but for Sena, it would be nearly impossible. Ooh, he doesn't remember us. His small waking noises reached my ears, and Sena slowly opened his eyes. Sena? Do you remember me? felt so much fear as I watched him blink his eyes while he looked back at me. Yeah, we just gotta convince him that being a ghost is awesome. It's like, you can still be an idol for ghosts. I think he's forgotten. I felt a sudden pain in my chest. We need to make him watch Danny Phantom Marathon. But how can we press the button? Yeah, this short-term memory is crazy. Yeah, especially for a ghost. Up until now, when he said, "Nice to meet you," I was shocked, but okay. But after everything that happened, if he said the same thing to me, what do? Try to make him remember. I had made a promise to him. If he forgot, I'd tell him everything again. A small voice in my head told me that if it was just going to hurt him, why bother? No matter how much it hurt, even if it's only for a moment, I have to make him remember. I can't give up. Sena, please remember me. You and I are...
君と恋人同士だよね。
Woo! He remembers us! Aww. As he spoke, he touched my cheek with his hand.
恋人っていうのはまだ早かったかな。君はまだ僕を好きじゃなくて気になっている程度だったもんね。
Well...
笑顔もいいけど
Asian
照
guy,
れている
hello,
顔も可愛
welcome.
い。
Member berries. He's trying to remember us, yeah? Can we ask him to write this down on paper so he'll believe his own handwriting, or will the pencil case phase through his hand? Yeah, it's unclear. In watching the Ghost TV show, it's really funny because, like, you know, like, people can pass through them, they can pass through walls, but somehow they're able to also interact with things. So they can, like, sit down in the chair and, like, you know, lay down in bed and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of funny because they even, like, make a little fourth wall joke about it, and it's just like, yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense, does it? You know? So maybe it's something like that. He can touch dead pencils, but not live pencils. Ghost pencils. They got the one guy who's the only one that can operate a TV remote. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't sure my heart could handle this roller coaster of emotions.
思い出させてくれようとしてありがとうね。この先何度眠って目が覚めても僕は君を忘れたりしないから。
I'm just so relieved you remember me.
心配させちゃったよね。でもちゃんと覚えてるよ。君が優しくて可愛らしい、とても素敵な女の子ってことも。
We'll write our name on the inside of his eyelids? No way. Too difficult. It's like, you know, some people can't get eye drops in.
本当は生きていて、じきに帰っちゃうことも。ね。
Yeah. That's right. Yesterday I explained everything to him at the hospital. I'm glad he remembers. His eyes looked sadly at me, and I choked on my words.
まさか夕べからずっとここにいたわけ？
I leapt up in surprise when I saw him. Koyo, we've got big news! Sena remembered me! I think that means he remembers every...
どういうこと？君はテンパってるみたいだから僕から伝えるよ。実はね。
Then, just as Sena was about to explain everything...
さすがにこの時間はなくない？幽霊が出るのって夜でしょ？
それはそうなんだけど、でも昼に見た人もいるらしいし。
Surrounded by perverts, I also had that moment where it's just kind of like, oh no, is something gonna flip-flop? Is this gonna... Are they just gonna make it unnecessarily difficult for no reason? And we just take turns on who has amnesia. It's a very dysfunctional. Amnesia is contagious, exactly. But it gives the other two people time to bond and be like, oh, get a load of this person. Amnesia, am I right? So they have somebody to commiserate with.
そんなん絶対嘘。だって星を眺める青年なんでしょ。星出てないじゃん。ほら、もう行くよ。学校に遅刻しちゃう。
Yeah. It's your turn on the lack of brain cell.
じゃあ放課後また来よう。ね、お願い。お昼おごるから。
As we heard the conversation between the passing students, we looked at each other. They were talking about Sena just now, right?
セナ、相変わらず人気あんな。嬉しいな。死んでも会いに来てくれるファンがいるとか幸せ者だよね。今死んでもって言った。彼女たちのおかげで説明する手間が省けたみたい。
Sena spoke lightly before trying to pick up a flower from near his feet.
うわっ、手がすり抜けてる。面白いね。幽霊の体って。
As he spoke, Sena almost looked like he was enjoying himself. I got the feeling that he might be faking it to not seem emotional. That answers your question, yeah. Koyo, on the other hand, was left in stunned silence.
ようやくわかったんだ。本当の僕はもう死んでて、幽霊になってから今までずっと僕は現実から目をそらしてたって気づけたのは彼女のおかげでもあるし、紅葉のおかげでもあるんだ。昨日病院で僕に気づかせようと必死で訴えてくれたよね。うん、昨日だけじゃない。これまで何度も紅葉は僕に知らせてくれていた。ごめん、ずっと無視をしてしまって。それとありがとう。
Koyo let out a deep sigh before a gentle smile appeared on his face.
気づいたんならそれでいい。今までがどうあれな。
As he said that, a soft smile crept up on Sena's face. Thank goodness. Then Koyo turned to me before bowing deeply. What are you doing?
俺だけじゃない。あんたのおかげでもあるから。本当にありがとう。
I'm just happy I could help. Koyo slowly looked up and laughed with the brightest smile.
二人のおかげで気づけたし、これからは幽霊として楽しもうかな。
Yeah, now you can do the fun stuff. Yeah. Be like, I always wanted. Yeah. I get to watch movies for free now. Yeah. Hearing those words from Sena, Koyo's expression tightened, and he sat down on the spot.
楽しむのはいいけど、成仏することも頭に入れておいて。
I just got here.
何があって心が病んで悪霊になるかわからないから。悪霊か。あんまり詳しくは知らないけど、良くないものなのはわかるよ。でも大丈夫。心が病むなんてことはないから。これまでのことを踏まえると説得力ないな。セナはメンタル弱そう。
Yeah, there's so much you could do as a ghost. Yeah. I mean, it's almost being like, you know, it's a different type of immortality in a sense. Yeah, he can sneak into theaters, but he'll never get the popcorn again. That's true. Yeah, that would be a bummer, but at the same time, like you could learn so much. You could, yeah, You could explore a lot of things. Unless you're like, I guess you're geography limited, maybe. Depends on the lore. I don't think there's a lot of traveling ghosts. Probably for the best.
そんなことないもん。僕のことより紅葉はやらなきゃいけないことがあるでしょ。ほら、昨日の子、レイカちゃん。
I totally forgot. That's right. Did everything turn out okay, Koyo? Yeah, I murdered her. I murdered her.
俺の方は気にしなくていい。意外な協力者が現れたから。
That sounds about right, surrounded by perverts. That's like, it would... I mean, that's helpful. Like, ghosts are already terrifying and scary. Can you imagine, one that, you know, does not, like, is trying to communicate to you in a different language? I think... like, if something was, like, trying to, like, you know, write in the steam from, like... on a steamed fogged mirror or whatever in your bathroom, and it's like something to, you know, trying to write it. But if it wrote something in like a different language, I'd be like, I definitely don't know how to exercise this. I mean, I don't know how to exercise it anyways, but I imagine there's a language barrier where it's like, please cross over, and it's like, por favor, s'il vous plaît, crossu over u. Beware, but in Russian, yes. Someone to help him out? Does he mean Kureha?
二人は自分のこと考えて。セナは成仏するように。あんたは体に戻るように。いい。
Okay. He's right. I've got to keep moving forward.
セナ、返事は？
あ、うん。わかったよ。
Huh? What's wrong with Sena? His face seems kind of gloomy. Would be worse if it's a ghost that only speaks one of those dead languages that no one alive knows anymore. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess the worst would be, like, a ghost that, like, just knows Morse code.
でも、とりあえず今日は彼女とデートする日だからね。
Ew, we're going on a date. Oh, that's right.
ひっどい！忘れてたんだ。僕はすっごく楽しみにしてたのに。
No, it's not like that. I was just more worried about whether or not you'd remember me, Sena. We're gonna smooch him. Exactly.
僕に思いを募らせていたなら許す。
That's true. You'd have plenty of time to learn a new language. Exactly. When you put it that way, it was kind of embarrassing. But yeah, I feel like it would be frustrating too. That it's like, you could learn a lot of things, but you'd also have to witness people just like messing things up. You know, it'd be like all you could do is watch somebody put their Lego set together, and it's just like, ooh, that's not where that goes. Put me in, coach, put me in. But seeing as he normally forgets all about me, this is a big improvement.
まあ楽しむのはいいけど、ほどほどにして。
Let him enjoy his ghostiness.
またいつ記憶がリセットされないとも限らないんだから。
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess that is still a possibility. Considering everything that had happened so far, it was certainly possible he'd forget all about this all tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. It goes in the square hole. Yeah. The square goes in the square hole. Yeah. The triangle goes in the square hole. I forgot forgot about that one. That was a really well done one.
もう忘れないよ。だって忘れたくないから。
Hearing Sena speak with such certainty, I felt relieved. Then I thought I saw Koyo twitch, and he pulled something from out of his pocket. Is that a smartphone? What kind of coverage ghost coverage?
その気持ち覚えておけよ。それじゃあまたな。
With that, Koyo stood up and quickly walked away. That phone didn't look like his normal one. 5G, 5 Ghost, yeah. That's a good one.
それじゃ僕たちも出かけようか。
Yes, let's do that. Koyo's strange behavior left me somewhat concerned, but right now, I had a promise with Sena to keep. I was worried about my friend, but date! We stood up and began walking to the entrance of the park together. Woo. I walked toward the park entrance with Lolli. Then I stole a glance at her. I always thought she was cute, but today she looked especially adorable. Probably because this was the first day I remembered her.
ねえ、手をつないでもいい？
Sure. Having been given the okay by Lolli, I scooped her hand into mine and intertwined our fingers. Ooh, we shouldn't be able to do this. Well, because like the other ghosts, whenever they have contact with me, a human, it usually causes like an adverse effect. Like they start getting like real obsessed with me. That's kind of creepy.
だって幸せなんだもん。
After Lolli narrowed her eyes, she smiled. In that case, I guess it can't be helped. Oh, she really is so cute. I want to protect her smile. When I woke up earlier, she looked at me anxiously. Man, I feel terrible being the cause of such an expression. Sena, are you
あ
listening to me?
ごめん。ちょっと考え事しちゃってた。
If there's something you're worried about, you should tell me. It might have to do with your lingering regrets. Lingering regrets, huh? If there's anything I can do to help you cross over, Sena, I want to do it.
うん。ありがとう。
I gave our intertwined hands a little squeeze. I knew that soon I'd have to let her go. Yeah, getting deep out here. Yeah. Yet for the time being, I wanted to hold her just a little longer. I'm so surprised why they did not adhere to the same canon as the other things. Like, him touching my skin should have been, intangibility, the best contraceptive since abstinence. No, it's not that. It's just like, there's something about, like, the dead wanting, like, the living to cross over. It's probably because he's not dead. Ooh, just the dots are connecting. That's the only reason why he wouldn't have, he was holding our hand unprotected. Exactly. It's like, I can't cross over till I lose my ghost virginity, baby. Where shall we go for our date? We had left the park, but continued to walk with no direction in mind. How about heading to the station to start? There's a lot to do there. Is that okay with you? As I asked this, looking at Sena, my heart skipped a beat. He was looking down at me with a painfully serious expression on his face.
君がここに残っているのは僕のため。
Oh, I cut that off a little bit, my bad.
君がここに残っているのは僕のためなのかな。
What's gotten into him all of a sudden? Ghost virginity, she sounds like a bizarre euphemism for dying. Maybe. I At least it seemed sudden to me, but perhaps Sena had been thinking about that for a while. I diverted my gaze away from him. Carefully contemplating the reason I was still here, I began to speak. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about you, Sena, but the truth is, I also have my own problems. I still don't know what I'm supposed to do with my future. If I don't figure that out, I don't think I can wake up. Maybe that's the god's intention with all this. That has to be it.
前にも話してくれたことがあったよね。友達との進路について。
Oh, right.
多分その親友の子はさ、急に聖銀大学に行かないってそう言われてショックだったと思う。詳しい理由もなしに、ただ違う気がするからって言われて混乱したんじゃないかな。
That's right. I had told him about what happened with Sayaka.
あの時は君に新たな夢ができたから友達と同じ大学へは行けないとそう思っていたんだけど。
I wish that were the case. My heart began to grow heavy. Still, I wanted to hear Sena's advice. I looked toward him as if he might be able to save me. I don't have a dream. What I want to do, who I want to be, I don't know the answers to any of those questions. That's why I'm struggling. I shared the worries I'd been carrying on my shoulders with Sena bit by bit. About Sayaka, about not having a dream, about how things have erupted with my mom. After I'd poured everything out, Sena didn't say anything. He merely offered me a warm smile.
話してくれてありがとう。
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you for listening. Talking with you like this, it makes me feel a little better.
それならよかった。
After flashing a friendly grin, Sena turned away from me, gazing into the distance. Perhaps he's thinking about all the things I just told him. Feelings of gratitude and guilt welled up inside of me as I stared at his thoughtful expression.
それじゃ気を取り直してデートしよっか。
Right.
それにしてもこうして堂々と手をつないでいられるのが不思議。
It is.
街中で女の子と手をつなぐなんて記者に知れたらアウトだからさ。それに事務所が恋愛禁止だから女の子と二人でどこかに行くって初めてのシチュエーションだよ。
The conversation shifted away from my future plans, and seeing Sena completely in date mode made me giggle softly. Hi, Carrie. How are ya? Happy Thursday. Being a celebrity sure is hard, huh? So we're on a date with our ghost boyfriend who's an idol, and normally he would not get to do this in real life because his agency would be like, no dating, no scandals. You have to be accessible somehow. Eating pie? All right. Sounds good, Carrie. Yeah, who may or may not actually be a ghost. We're suspecting that he's not a ghost. So we're holding hands with him.
大変だけどやりがいがあって僕には恋愛よりも仕事が大事だった。でももうそれも気にしなくていいし思いっきり楽しむよ。
I'll enjoy our date too. That's when Sena said he had a place he wanted to go. He tightly grabbed my hand and pulled me to our destination. I realized he was trying to distract me from my gloom and lift my spirits. That made me start to feel more cheerful. Thank you, Sena. I meant the words from the bottom of my heart and felt my mood shift. My body hummed with excitement for our date. Temple date? So this is where you wanted to come?
うん。お参りしたくてね。
After pretending to dip our hands in the ceremonial water, we walked to the shrine.
ここは 僕にとって思い出深いところでさ、アイドルを目指すきっかけになった場所なんだ。
A shrine did?
そう。正確に言うと、このつくも神社の夏祭りがきっかけで、中学生の頃、お祭りのカラオケ大会に出て優勝したんだ。
And you were so happy from winning that you decided to become an idol?
ちょっと違うかな。
Sena's eyes glimmered with nostalgia.
大会に出場したのは、紅葉に歌が好きなら出てみればって言われたからでね。出場するからには歌もだけどダンスも極めたくて夢中になって練習したよ。動画を見て振りを覚えたり、カラオケ屋さんにも毎日通って。
I couldn't help but smile as I watched Sena reminisce about the past. He sure does love singing and dancing.
そして大会が終わった後、優勝したのに心に残ったのは寂しさだった。達成感があまりなかったんだ。
Oh, Carrie, okay. I will make it a point to bring the topic back. As yeah, I think this is probably going to be a short chapter, honestly. So short-ish, maybe.
それよりももっと極めたい、もっと踊ったり歌ったりしたいって心の底から思って。
So that sparked your desire to become an idol? To become an idol?
もしその大会に出てなかったら違う道を考えていたかもしれない。初めは小さなきっかけだったけど、やってみたら大きな夢へ変化したんだ。
A small chance. Listening to him talk about his past, I naturally began reflecting on myself. If I had something like that, would I also have a dream? Can I find something that would make my eyes sparkle like this? When I get back, I think I'll try to do a lot of new things. I'll find something like that to spark my own dreams.
今日はこの神社に感謝の気持ちを伝えたくて来たんだ。
Sena's mouth curved into a gentle smile and he clapped his hands together.
神様が道を示してくれたおかげで、僕はこれまで大勢のファンに活動を見てもらいました。本当に今まで当たり前じゃない。もっと有名になって世界で活躍したいからさ。それが今の僕の夢だよ。
His words were completely different than before. I turned away and bit my lip.
世界に通用するアイドルになりたいなとは思ってたけど、もう終わりにしなきゃね。
He mumbled sadly to himself, and I found myself unable to say anything in response. Seeing my silence, Sena gave me an apologetic smile.
ごめんね。締めっぽいこと言って。さあ、君もお参りして。
I suppose you're right. I clapped my shaking hands together and slowly closed my eyes. Please, let Sena cross over. Let him forget all this pain, all this sadness. What if we're like inadvertently like murdering him? Because like we think he's not dead. And so it's just like if we keep wishing really hard, that's like, oh please let him cross over. It's like, do you want him to do you want to mortar him? Yeah. Forget your afterlife. Join my emo marriage. Oh, so we keep like wishing for him to cross over. We actually think that he might be alive, Carrie. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing this on purpose. I see. Yeah, no, we like him. And if we're gonna come back to life, it'd be nice to have like an idol boyfriend also come back to life, right? Although, I wonder if he would be conflicted, that it's just like, you know, he's like kind of like coming to terms like, yeah, maybe I won't be an idol anymore. Even though it made me super happy, like, you know, I gotta give up on that. And then it's like, if you were given a second chance, it's like, would he go back? Or would he be like, well, oh, I got a girlfriend now? Yeah. Maybe he's half ghost like Danny Phantom. Yeah, I think I like Koyo, the Green Monster Energy guy. He's half ghost. Yeah, just join his idol group. That's the perfect solution, Carrie. Oh my gosh. That's, wow. That's a good solution. Yeah. Or be his manager. All the things. Or just be his groupie. That's cool too. Yes. The tax files are going to have a massive headache if it turns out he died and then came back to life and tried to be an idol again. I'd be into that. Yeah, I've seen some, I've seen a lot of like great like cosplayers that are like that identify as female but like do really awesome male cosplay. So like, yeah, it could work. Being his manager would be a conflict of interest, but the taboo might make it hot. Yeah. What's the reverse of a femboy? The reverse of a femboy. Tom girl? Wait, hold on. That's I mean, I guess tomboy, right? Tomboy. It doesn't feel right. I agree. It doesn't feel quite right. Yeah. Tomboys are boyish girls. Right. Yeah, that's what, like, it'd be a lady dressing up as a dude. So I guess drag king, I guess that's a term too. Or just like, yeah. Something like that. The next place Sena brought me was a shopping mall. You know what that means. Let's go to the mall today.
やっぱり成見ヶ浜でデートするなら映画館もあるここは外せないよね。
Come on, Jessica. Come on, Tori. Let's go to the mall. You won't be sorry. You wanna go see a movie?
そうだよ。映画はいろんな世界に浸れるから。見たことのない景色は可能性を広げてくれるからね。それに物語の中で学べるものもあるから。
That's incredible. I never thought of watching movies that way before. Opening up a world of possibilities. Hearing Sena say that, I wondered what possibilities might be hidden inside me. Strange. I never thought there was anything special about me.
それじゃあ早速見に行こっか。楽しそうなものがいいよね。
It makes me kind of wonder, right? That it's like, you know, here, you know, I'm a ghost 10 just because of like availability. But out in the real world, maybe main character's like a like a 7.5, 8? I don't know. The fact that we think we aren't special makes us prime main character material. Sure. There's a funny Ali Wong bit where she talks about being a kind 6. So it's like it's a bad look to go for 10s now. It's you want a kind 6. So maybe okay. I couldn't help but wonder what it would be like seeing a movie through his eyes. And I found myself wanting to experience a little too. Then, after the movie...
あ、ゲームセンターだ。ちょっと寄ってこ。
Sena picked one of the large games and stood peering into it, his eyes shining as he did so. Haven't spent much time at the arcade? Yeah. You guys are in the positive. Oh, everybody's in the positives. Yes. From one 10 to another. I'm an 11, but go on.
芸能界に入ってからはなかなかね。昔はものすごく嫌がる行為を引っ張ってプリクルとか撮ったりしてたけど。
Oh, cute. They used to be in those, go into, they're called purikuri, print club, little photo booths. Fun. The two of them in a photo booth. Oh, cute. Sena with his dazzling smile and Koyo turning away with a sullen face. This looks like a BL setup. Let's go. Let's go. I know it's not that kind of game, but perchance to dream. I imagine that's exactly how it looked.
そういえば今のプリクルってどんな感じなんだろ
Let's take some ghost photos. Woo! Let's terrorize some people and show up as like a little bitty figure in their pictures. I bet they're a little different than when you used to go to them. There's one right over there.
う。ほんとだ。ちょっと覗いてみよっかな。
Huh? That 11 ego. We love it. Yes. Walking. Yeah, we all should be walking around with 11 energy. Not the Stranger Things 11, but because he should just. Or I haven't really watched Stranger Things, but I guess she's very powerful. We don't all want to be a bunch of powerful people. Just in spirit. Huh? Sena strode to the photo booth and began looking around. Hey, Sena, someone's taking a pic.
Eh?
Sena stuck his face into the photo booth. Right after that, I heard a shutter sound.
今の撮影で最後だったよね。誰にしよっか。そうだな。何これ。後ろに人の顔映ってない？
Even without looking at the screen, I knew exactly what they saw.
うわ、やっちゃった。
You're about to get caught! Sena got caught in the photo! Seeing as we'd accidentally created a new urban legend of the photobombing ghost at the arcade, we quickly left, apologizing profusely. Oh, that's cute. Sorry. Even as a ghost, we're very apologetic. Sorry. After the shopping mall.
そういえば君はこの街で好きな場所はある？
A favorite spot? Mulling the words as I spoke them, the image of my favorite cafe came to mind. Oh, I do have one, actually. Yeah, we didn't mean to let you know he exists. Exactly. I'd love to eat one of their parfaits again.
それじゃ次はそこに行こうか。
Yeah, sure. I was initially caught off guard, thinking he was just making conversation. You want a parfait? Everybody loves parfait. Yeah, me too. Parfait. Un parfait. You don't know if you've ever had one? Oh. I've had parfaits and I like them. There's only like one parfait that I regret not having. It was one that it was like a $20 parfait, and it was just kind of like, I don't know if I would spend $20 on a parfait. But you know, I was with a group, so like we all could have split it, and it totally would have been fine. But I think one, we had already been eating a whole bunch, so it's just like, oh, it's just one more thing. But looking back, it's like, man, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah. So now if I'm ever at a point where it's like, maybe I'll just do it. Because I'm more likely to regret the thing that I didn't do than the thing I did. So, so next time you have a chance to have a parfait, have it. Yeah, but considering a change of scenery might be nice, I led Sena to the cafe. Okay.
ここが君のお気に入りの場所か。
Split the bill. So this is your favorite place, huh? Oh, that's him, not me. Yeah, well, it's not like we can order anything now, but
ここのどのあたりがお気に入りなの？
loved the parfaits they have here ever since I was a little kid. Even in high school, I always used to come here when I needed a break or reset myself. As we talked inside the cafe, a flood of memories came rushing back. It would be so cruel and funny if we took him to the concert of an idol he was rivals with. Yeah. Idols get jealous. They're just like, I'm your number one idol, right? And it's like, oh yeah. A recurring figure in those memories was my father. I used to steal and eat little bits of the parfait he ordered when he wasn't looking. This place and the parfaits here have always meant a lot to me. Maybe it's just because I like sweets so much that I like this place.
ふーん、そっか。君にご馳走してあげられないのが残念だな。
That's okay. It's actually just fun being here.
そう言ってくれて嬉しいな。ねえ、甘いものが好きならさ、安直だけど、そっちの方面で進路を考えてみるのはどうかな。
Huh? What do you mean? Like being a pastry chef or something?
それになるのかな。提案しておいてあまり詳しくなくてごめん。でもさ、調べてみるだけでもいいんじゃない？もしかしたらそれがきっかけになって君の夢が始まるかもな。
I sped through it again.
もしかしたらそれがきっかけになって君の夢が始まるかもなんて。
Green Yoshi, hi! Hello, happy Thursday. We're on a date. We're on a date with our boyfriend who remembers us this time. We're at the cafe. We're looking at parfaits. We went to the mall. But Green Yoshi, so here's the thing that happened that we have. It's kind of firing some things up for us. He's holding, like, we held hands a whole bunch during this date. And normally with a ghost, if they come into like skin contact with us, they start getting kind of crazy. So, and he hasn't. So we think he might be alive. Unclear, but yee. So right now we're like, he has remembered us. He knows that we are probably trying to help him cross over. Like, he's accepting the fact that he's dead, but like our character has not figured out, like, maybe he's not. Yeah, plot twist, exactly. You're alive and you never told me? Start from something I love to find my dream. I've loved sweets ever since I was a little kid. They were always a part of my daily life, so I never thought much about it. But that might be a good place to start. This could be the spark I need. When I get back, I'll have to think about it. Maybe that will spark my big dream.
いいと思う。
Sena smiled brightly, as though he had solved a problem that was his own. I wonder. Looking back on all the things we'd done today, I couldn't help but think they were all words of advice he was trying to give me. They were all to help me with the burdens I'd been carrying. I got the feeling he was trying to encourage me to be able to face my future head-on. I was just focused on enjoying our date, but Sena was thinking of me the whole time. Realizing his thoughtfulness, my heart filled with affection for him. Yeah, this is such a tasty parfait. I wish I could taste it. Yeah. But it would also, you know, there's some foods that it's like, I don't want to eat that, but I like looking. So that's desserts for me most of the time. I want to be there for Sena too. The sun was beginning to set. The two of us headed back to the school. I quickly realized I'd yet to return the tools Hibiki had let me borrow back to him. Would you mind coming with me?
全然いいよ。響くんに会うのも楽しみだしね。
He is a big fan of yours after all.
そうそう。あの時は腰を抜かしちゃったし、今日はかっこよく登場しないとね。
yeah. Ooh. The moment we stepped foot in front of the mirror. Hey, Hibiki, how are you now that we aren't on your route anymore? Struggling! What happened with Hibiki? I'm trying to remember now. I think we just kept, like, visiting him, right? Hibiki quickly appeared without us having to call out to him.
響くん、こないだはありがとうね。
How's your undying hatred for Yui's dad going?
こちらこそ、サインいただけませんか？ここの鏡一面にびっしりと。
Ooh, he's like, leave your kiss print. Put some lipstick on and kiss the mirror, please.
すごく光栄だけど、この鏡は学校のものだから、それはできないかな。
Besides, I wasn't sure how a ghost would be able to hold a pen to sign anything. The conversation continued back and forth until I stepped forward to give Hibiki his tools back. Hibiki, you rang? Tatsuo, hi! Happy Thursday. I wonder if this is gonna be the reveal. Like, you know, we're gonna accidentally touch Hibiki's hand, he's gonna go crazy, and then be like, well, that was weird. Yeah.
いいんです。お役に立てたなら何よりだから。
あ、あの彫刻、まだ飾られてるんだ。ねえ、ちょっと見てきてもいいかな。
Ah, sure. I'll wait here. Sena began heading down the stairs, and Hibiki watched him with an uneasy look on his face. I wondered what could be bothering him. Just as I thought that, Hibiki began to speak.
セナさんなんですけど。
Back streets back. All right. He seemed as though he was debating whether it was all right to talk to me about this subject. After making up his mind, he turned to me with renewed confidence before speaking.
セナさんの心残りってどんなものなんでしょうか？
Well, why do you want to know that?
悪いものではないと思うんですけど、他の幽霊よりも気配が強いというか、あなたたちがここへ来る少し前から気配を察知できたほどで。
Come to think of it, it did seem like Hibiki had been waiting for us to arrive at the mirror.
あんまり心残りが強いと悪霊化することもあります。だから少し気になって。あ、今は大丈夫だと思います。悪い感じはしないから。でも、心が病んだりすれば。
Hibiki closed his mouth as he pondered thoughtfully. He seemed to be shrouded in some lingering doubt, but was unsure how to express it. I quickly ended our conversation and decided to find Sena.
へえ、ここが君の教室か。
Sena had asked me to bring him to my classroom, and so I had taken him there. He glanced around the classroom nostalgically. Yet I couldn't help but be on edge because of what Hibiki told me.
ねえ、君の席はどこ？
That one. Just over there. Sena went over to my desk and gently patted it. Then he sniffed the seat. No, I'm just kidding. Barber! Sena, I wanted to ask you about your lingering regrets.
あ！
What is it? When Sena went next to my desk, a shred of paper suddenly appeared on top of it. Ah, this is...
何もなかったのに、急にこれが現れて。
I think it's mine. As I spoke, I strode over to pick it up. Then I placed it next to the paper in my pocket and fit perfectly. The career survey paper was complete. Sena, surprised by this strange phenomenon, listened as I explained about my career survey.
君の進路のプリントか。
Yes, if I have all the pieces now, I think it means I was able to recover all my memories from the accident. Well, I had some help from the spirit board as well. The truth is, it seems that some kind of god caused me to get into that accident. As soon as the word God escaped my lips, Sena looked at me, confused.
神様って、あの神様だよね。
The question he asked was the exact same one that I'd asked the spirit board. I couldn't help but laugh. That's right. Apparently, my fretting over my future caught the eye of a god for some reason. Seeing me struggle with what to do next, this god decided to give me a little more time to make up my mind. And thanks to that reason, I met Sena. Yeah, you mean like the kind my parents worshipped in that cult? Exactly. You mean the one that I kept calling out to not give me this terrible, terrible disease? That one? And thanks to Sena, my path forward seemed to be a little more clear. For the printout to be completed, now of all times, it was supposed to be something to be happy about.
それなら、今が戻る時なのかもね。
Huh?
今、完成したみたいだったから。そのプリント。
Sena's thoughts were the same as mine.
さっき、この机の上には何もなかったのに、今のタイミングで現れた。それは、もう戻っても大丈夫っていう合図なんじゃないかな。
Please, don't say that.
今の君なら、現実に戻っても、進路に向き合えると神様が判断したんだよ。
But this is all so soon.
ダメだよ。
Huh?
君はここにいたらいけない人間だから。戻るべきタイミングが今なら、そうしないと。
But I thought back to what Hibiki said. The feelings I had for Sena, and our sudden parting. All these things wrapped themselves in my mind, leaving me puzzled.
僕のことなら大丈夫だよ。実は、もう成仏する準備ができているんだ。
Huh? But Hibiki just said...
でも、まさか今日お別れするとは思っていなかったな。
Sena, unlike me, seemed to have his heart totally prepared for this moment. I wondered if Koyo was right, if Sena would really be able to cross over. Was I really preventing Sena from being able to move on?
名残惜しいけど、デートはそろそろ終わりにしよ
But my kith! Give me my kith!
う。なんでそんな顔してるの？ほら、笑顔笑顔。
I know I should leave him with a smile, but there was simply no way I could.
お母さんにお姉さん、それにこないだ話してくれた大事な友達にクラスメイト、大切な人たちが待っている。元の世界に戻れるんだよ。だからそんな顔しないで、もっと嬉しそうにしないと。
But you won't be in that world with me. As I swallowed those words, tears slowly welled up in my eyes. So instead, all that escaped from my lips were the sobs I desperately tried to keep inside.
君の居場所はここじゃない。
Don't say it like that.
今なら僕は君を笑って見送れるから。今以上思いが大きくなれば、きっと僕は君を引き止めてしまう。僕、独占欲が強くてさ。だから今がちょうどいいんだ。
Oh. Seeing Sena's smiling face, I spoke what was truly on my mind. Are you really ready to cross over?
うん。 もちろん。もう覚悟はできてるからね。実は君を見送るまではってそう思ってたんだ。だから君が元に戻ったら僕も成仏するよ。約束する。
Sena gently moved closer to me, leaning in. Oh no! Not just forehead taps, yo!
人生の先輩として
Oops.
本当は人生の先輩としてもっとアドバイスしたかったんだ。
Oh. You've already done so much. I wanted him to know the gratitude I felt from the bottom of my heart. Yeah. Smooches. Yeah. Tongue. Yeah. Smooches like a real kid. I demand kisses. My troubled heart. It was calmed, all thanks to you, Sena.
そっか。それなら今日のデートは大成功だったな。ねえ。とにかく何でも挑戦してみて。自分にはこれしかないみたいに最初から道を狭めなくていい。僕がそうだったみたいに挑戦してみなきゃ何が合ってるかもわからないんだからさ。
Yeah, I'll try my best.
うん。いい返事。
Come on, kisses. Let's go, kisses.
どうか僕の分まで人生を謳歌して。
Kiss, kiss, fall in love. I will, for the both of us. And when I die, I'll meet you again and tell you all about it. And in the instant I said those words, do not get transported. No! Give him a kiss! Oh no! It was like the end of a dream. Get one last kiss in. As if my body was melting into the sky, transparent and fleeting. Sena, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
僕に
Please tell me how you really feel. I think you're a wonderful person. To the very end, you worried about me far more than you worried about yourself. But I have to know. In our last moments together, I want you to tell me how you really feel. I know, my kiss! Even though we were slowly losing sight of each other, I still stared into Sena's eyes.
言えないよ。僕が君をどう思っていても君の心に傷を残すだけだから。ただもしも何か奇跡が起きて来世でもあの世でもいいから君と再会できたら。
I couldn't hear the last thing he said to me. Oh no! We didn't get our kiss. We didn't get our love confession. Are we sure this is the good ending? I mean, we're not done. We're still like 3 chapters away from an ending. So, that hurts my feelings. My consciousness dissolved into the black night sky. Should have kissed first. Conversation later. Come on, come on. Rude. Yeah, credits roll. The end. No. That's just the end of this chapter. We've still got, it's 9 chapters total. So, what the heck, man? We didn't even get like a little. What's gonna happen? That bugs me. Oh, what's happening? Oh, this is just the next chapter. Lolli. Why? Why? No kiss. Worst route. 0 out of 10 game. Yeah. How frustrating. I can't believe that. Why? Dumb. No, I get it. Hunger is the best spice, so they're just like, we just can't give you all the good stuff. You're gonna have to earn it. And it's like, come on, man. What the heck, man? Okay. This is a sweet route. He's very sweet. I'm very curious what the big, like, everybody's had like a really big dilemma. So like, what is gonna be the dilemma? I'm tickled by this idea that Sena might be alive. Although that would make me very worried because it's like he had some kind of illness, so like he might still be very ill. And maybe we don't have a cure for that. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get laid. So what's the point? No kiss, no ghost nookie, no nothing. And we didn't get the last message, right? He's just like, I hope we find each other again, and but then he probably said something super poignant, and we'll just never know. And meanwhile, he's just like, what the heck? Yeah. Okay. It's still a good game. It's still early. We still got 3 chapters that things can go off the rail and then be repaired, right? Okay. Yes, Carrie. What was the thing? Yeah. Am I aware of the Gaycation? Yeah, that's a movie, right? And I think that who's in it? Or as a concept? Just going on, yeah. Oh no, I'm unfamiliar then. I'm not familiar with this Reddit post. Should I look it up or is that like not? Oh, the Reddit thing. Okay, I'm not familiar. So say more. It takes a while. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, you have a video for me. All right. I can look it up. Or how long is it's not? If it's like a 10-minute video, I'll have to get back to you. But I don't know. Maybe you could give me the like Cliff's Notes or something. I guess if it's 10 minutes, that's not the worst. That's fine. Yeah. Someone going on a gaycation? Oh, it's a 30-minute video. Yeah, I'll definitely have to watch that on my own time. Yeah. Gaycation. Okay, but even so, or do I need to watch the 30-minute thing in order to get it? Were you telling me? Like I said, if there's a you might want to ask someone like Angelica Mendoza to explain the gaycation to you. I don't know who that is. Is this a... Oh, she's on Iriam. Oh, okay. I have not met Angelica then, so... Okay. All right. Well, let me look it up real quick. And like I said, if you are able to tell me the story and it still be relevant, let me see. Gaycation summary. Sorry. Okay. The two travel to countries such as Brazil, Japan, and Ukraine, shedding light on the often misunderstood and frequently maligned LGBTQ community, which the program beautifully shows are people just trying to live authentic but often difficult lives. Oh, okay. Well, this is the TV series. Maybe that... Let me see. Gaycation Reddit. Maybe this is different. Okay. Oh, you put it in my Discord. Okay. Wrong video. Got it. It's not relevant to what we played Surrounded by Perverts. Carrie was just mentioning that they had a funny story, but they didn't want to derail the stream when they first came in. But they were like, remind me when the stream is over, and then we could share. So, yeah. I see. just became relevant to your work life. Got it. Yeah. Me too. Okay, Gaycation Reddit. Okay. Or wait, let me see. Discord. Okay. I guess we can. I'll play a little bit of it. I don't know if I'll get like a ding on Twitch though for playing this, but we'll see. Yeah, it's 34 minutes. I probably won't be able to like watch all this on stream, but maybe if, like I said, if there's like a quick summary. I think there's probably about a bunch of lead-in though. Okay, this is fine. Okay. So, Carrie, do you, without me having watched this video, are you still able to like tee up the story? Okay. I think you're writing probably right now, which is fine. But yeah. You don't think, yeah. But the looking it up though, that other TV series sounds very interesting. Yeah, Mobius. Yeah, Moby or Mobius is my cat's name. He's very sweet. I don't know if you can hear him through the door, but he's meowing right now because the dryer's going. He don't like laundry being done. Mobius, yes, exactly. Yeah. Meow, 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 meow. Yes. Moby for short, exactly. I named him Mobius before I watched the Loki series, but I just remember liking the name because there's like a comic book character named that, and so I was just like, okay, that might be fine. But and then Loki came out. I was like, ooh. Okay, so the short tee up. A guy tells his wife of like 10 years that he wants to go on a gaycation with his brother-in-law and promptly ruins 3 marriages. Oh my! Oh no! In the most hilarious way. Okay. Oh no. All right. Is this like in terms of, is this their like Rumspringa? You know, like how I think that's what it's called, where the Amish like get like their like free time where it's just like, this doesn't count. Like before you dedicate your life to this, you get like one freebie and do everything, and then you come back and that's your life, right? And they get extremely insistent that the gaycation is a normal heterosexual male experience and that they are not gay beyond it. Oh. What happens at the gaycation stays in the gaycation. I see. Okay. So this is like Vegas, yeah. The longer suspicion is that he and the brother-in-law may have joined some kind of hypnosis cult. Whoa, okay. Carrie. Okay, this recently became relevant in your work life recently. Do you work for a hypnosis cult? Just kidding. Is everything okay? Blink once. Blink once if you need help. Or the plot thickens. Dun dun dun. You know what Carrie's talking about? Okay. Is it like in what's that movie? Office Space, where they hypnotize him into not caring, and then he's like way more laid back and like does better work as a result of it. Okay. Hypnosis cult, man. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I typed in Gaycation Reddit, but I feel like there's a lot of different ones. Gaycation Reddit, brother-in-law? Okay, here it is. I think this might be it. Okay, in Ibiza, okay? Okay, I can. Okay, hypnosis? Hypnosis. Okay. Okay. Some men go on the gaycation for years, and others simply never return because they use the hypnosis and mind control to be totally feminized into a state of permanent pseudo gayness. This is what the thing says. This is fascinating. I've never heard about this. Yeah. Okay. Your boss just recently mentioned that his wife has become interested in hypnosis, and you and another coworker started talking about all the weird hypnosis stuff out there. I see. I mean, just a quick glance at this Reddit post. Okay, interesting. Like, it sounds like, you remember when we talked about the Emperor's New Clothing? Like that story, that childhood story. It's kind of like that, where it's just like, oh yeah, everybody knows that, everybody knows that sometimes wizards make you gay. Like that's what it that's what it feels like. Where it's just like, and it's just like, or it's okay to have those feelings, right? Like, yeah, but sometimes people have to like really like, they're so dishonest that they're doing all these mental gymnastics to like fool themselves, Interesting. This is very fascinating. I will definitely read up on this because well, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I mean, I just, I wish people could embrace things a little bit more, and I feel bad if they have been in in an environment where they felt like they could not, because there is something very beautiful about getting to live authentically, and yeah. This is like if the emperor kept insisting his clothes are real, even if they get called out by the kid. Yes, exactly. Interesting. Well, that's really fun. Thank you for sharing that. I hope. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. I'll like I said, I'll watch the video, and then I'll probably I'll pick your brain about it, because it like I said, it's very fascinating. So, well, thank you for sharing. And thank y'all so much for coming to hang out with me tonight. I hope that y'all had a lot of fun, even though we didn't get our kiss, even though we got a little bit shorted here. No kiss, no, yeah, no smooches, but plot thickening, yes. Yeah, there's so much that happens in the video, and like the folks in the background go off on a bunch of different theories, one of which is that the brother might be a closeted trans woman. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Have a good night, everybody. Yes, thank y'all for coming. Like I said, hope y'all have a really great rest of your evening. My next stream is actually tomorrow on Iriam. We're gonna do Study Buddies lunch, Japanese, and I've got some dinosaur themed vocabulary, because that was the request from last time. So yes, sleep tight like a baby sheep. You too. Yeah, boo, but thanks for this stream. No worries. Okay, let's see, who can we visit? Wait, we got somebody. Let's raid Eldrasil, who usually, they're based in Singapore, so we usually don't have overlap all the time. So let's go chat. Let's go raid them. So, all right, and you'll just go pss, 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 raid. Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.